Hey everyone, on today's episode we're back here at American Auto Parts. Now last week we had a look at the shop and we had a look at the history of the shop and all that, but today we're here to look at these two absolutely beautiful Mustangs. So let's go. All right, Paul.
Dan, how are you?
Good mate, good. Yeah. So here we are again.
Yeah, great to be part of Aussie Garage once again.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about this absolutely immaculate K-Code Mustang of yours.
Thank you.
So tell us, how long have you had this one?
I've had this car since 1997 and it was found by Kevin Musgrave from Boss Auto Parts. He knew I was after a high performance Ford Mustang Fastback, 1966 in particular, and he located the car in 1997 at the Pomona swap meet in Los Angeles, California. And then my father Vince went across later and purchased it from the owner. We paid a deposit and Kevin checked it all out, made sure it was all kosher and all genuine and original and right correct colour. I had to have candy apple red, black standard interior, wanted the 289 high performance, had to be a 4-speed close ratio top loader gearbox, 9-inch 3.5 limited slip in the rear end. So he checked it out and disc brakes on the front, factory discs, Kelsey Hayes, and he found it and it wasn't the same colour. It didn't look like this at the time, but some photos got exchanged and a few phone calls, and yeah, then Kevin organised it and then my dad went over there and brought it back. Yeah,
nice.
That was in 1997. So
yeah, was this the factory colour then?
This is the factory colour.
Yeah. And so someone had resprayed it.
They'd resprayed it white. I don't know why.
Yeah, pretty boring.
Pretty boring. Yeah. Probably got too much attention being red, I suppose, possibly. Being a high performance Mustang. We knew it was genuine because it had the genuine door tag still on the vehicle and the numbers matched with the VIN. And then once I pulled the carpet out, there it was, the candy apple red. I could see it, so it worked well. Perfect. And another fellow in the US that we know, Lonnie, he sells Mustang parts over there, and he remembered the car from back in the day. From the guy I bought it off. His name was Barry, and he knew his father-in-law, so he'd serviced and worked on the car as well, and actually retrimmed the carpets. And he said that's a genuine candy apple red Fastback.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. So you had your hit list and you got everything that was on your hit list by the sound of it?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So there's certain things I wanted, and it took a year to find the car. Some of them weren't quite right when I was looking. I used to look at the Hemmings Motor News back then. eBay wasn't that big back then. And located the correct car, and generally you have to be there to see them. It makes it a lot easier to purchase a car when you're there, or have someone there to see it, you know. Yeah,
I was going to say, you're lucky you had someone over there you could trust to go and have a look for you and give you an honest assessment.
That's right, and Kevin had been in Mustangs for many years. He's owned a lot of high performance Mustangs over the years, so he knew what he was looking for as well.
Yeah.
So, so that worked out fine, it was great.
So the K-Code's a bit special, isn't it?
It is. It's the high performance 289 small block 4-barrel V8 that Ford put out. This is actually the base model that Carroll Shelby bought from Ford Motor Company to produce the legendary Shelby Mustang, and they only made 5,469 of these in 1966 in the K-Code version. That includes coupes, convertibles and Fastback being the most popular. Most of them had 4 speeds, most of them had standard black interior, so that's how Shelby wanted them as well. So, but they all came with the 9-inch. Most of them had disc brakes as well, and suspension package, heavy duty, and the disc brakes at the front. So that was good.
So was the idea behind this car then to race it? Was a production race model type thing where you'd go down to the, like we've said before, race on Sunday, buy on Monday type arrangement?
Yeah. So I think Ford wanted to compete with GM as well and have a performance model Mustang. These K-Code Mustangs weren't all GTs, so some were standard, like a sleeper, so to speak, that they didn't have the stripes down the side with GT. There's only one thing gives it away, is the high performance badge on the side. If you're sitting at the lights and you saw that, well, you know, it could be on back in the day. So, but generally people wanted a bit of performance, so they either buy the standard version or the GT version, but a lot of them probably had to be ordered. Yeah.
And you've got the standard version, I believe.
Mine's a standard body style.
But it's still got all the same
it's
fruit
still got the
as
high
far
performance
as engine, gearbox and diff and everything.
That's right. So it's got everything from factory in it.
You've obviously have gone through and restored this car, but not only have you restored it, you went to a concourse level, I believe.
That's correct. Yeah. So in 1997, everyone was sort of restoring cars to concourse level, and prior to that as well. Everyone wanted to try and get amongst the concourse in the US and in Australia as well. And we took the rules from the MCA, Mustang Club of America rule book, and then we adapted them to Australian standards because a lot of the cars are right-hand drive back then as well.
Okay.
So through the Mustang Owners Club of Australia. So I'm a member of the Mustang Owners Club of Western Australia, have been since I was 18 years old. So well and truly love the concourse and what it's all about. It's restoring the cars to the optimum level and maintaining the originality.
Chalk marks here and there, that sort of thing, isn't it?
And the right decals and tags and the right specifications and the right colours and the right sort of carpet as well, and right down to, like, when you go concourse, you want to try and keep it as original as possible.
And as I noticed before, right down to the cross-ply tyres.
Yes, the cross-ply tyres, they're on this for proper concourse. You need the cross-ply tyres. So, but got the there's two editions of the concourse rulebook from over the years.
And that sets the standard.
Sets the standard. That's been adapted from the Mustang Club of America, and because we have had to convert the cars back then. But this is all left-hand drive. Most of them are left-hand drive now, these concourse cars in Australia and around the world. So, but it's good that the club made the rule books and shadowed the Mustang Club of America. It's from 1997 to 2002 to build the car.
5 years, that's not too bad when you think about it,
Yeah, 5 years. I just took my time and knew what the end goal was going to be. So,
So how was it for completeness when you got it? It was all there?
It was a complete car, but it was just tired. It drove, I think as soon as I got it off the truck when it got delivered, I took it for a drive and engine mount broke.
Okay.
So, things like that. So, it was well worn and it was the guy who had it just used it for like cruises and cars and coffee events. He said it was a driver, and it was a driver, so it was driver quality. Obviously it needed repainting and trimming and all the mechanicals had to be rebuilt as well. So it was just tired. That was my goal, to put it on the rotisserie, strip the whole car down, all the brake lines out, fuel lines, all the wiring, and put it on the rotisserie and give it the full treatment. Like if there's dents in the floor that shouldn't be there, let's get them removed and fix them up. It was rust free. It's a California car from San Jose. It's always good to get a West Coast car and go from there. So that was another important part of locating the vehicle as well. It's a black plate car. That's what they call a black plate car, with the original black plates. After
the restoration, obviously, you put it in some shows and bits and pieces. I can see a couple of trophies back there. So what accolades did this car bring?
It was finished in 2002, so we had the National Concourse, where everyone comes from all over Australia to attend, and some people bring cars, some people just come for the socialise side of it and meet up with other enthusiasts. And it's in Easter every 5 years in WA, and it's in a different state every year, so which works well. So 2002, it was down in Mandurah, and we debuted the car down there, and it received a gold award. So very happy with that. That was the first award that it got, so that worked out really well. And then I did some local car shows then over the years, particularly Motivation. So I ended up winning Best Authentic and overall. So panel, paint, trim, engine bay, won every division in the Best Authentic.
You wound up on the front cover of Mustang Monthly. How did that come about?
Yeah, that's right. So.
And that's an American magazine.
That is an American magazine. So we'd done all the concourse and stuff like that in 2008. It was back here again in Joondalup, and then it got gold as well. But it went the highest gold this time. And so then in 2013, I didn't want to travel with the vehicle, so I kept it under wraps and kept detailing it and cleaning it. Spent 5 months before the concourse in 2013, and got it right up to high standard. And it actually went for the Optimum Award, which is the Thoroughbred Gold Award. So there was one other car from over east, and I managed to just beat him and got the highest points. So that means I won the Thoroughbred Gold Award for the National Concourse in 2013. So then I'd won it all. I'd done the local shows, won all the concourses, did it in Perth. I didn't want to travel with the car, so I decided to do it that way. It was 11 years in the making, so we did that. And then I thought, well, it deserves to go into a magazine, so I aimed high and wrote a letter, email to the editor of Mustang Monthly magazine, and he was interested, and got local photographer Frances Andrich Photography, got her to do the photography down in Fremantle. We did a lot of photos down there, and here as well, so it was good. And then sent it all over to the editor, and he loved it that much and said it's going to end up on the cover of the magazine. And then the second breath was, what are you doing in a few weeks' time? Do you want to come to SEMA? This was in November 2014, and that's where the magazine debuted at SEMA. So it was a dream come true, and it was bigger than ever. I never thought that would happen, and they called me the Australian Stallion.
Okay.
So it's on the cover of the magazine. So
nice.
I think you can still buy it on eBay. So so that was December 2014. So I flew over to Los Angeles, California, and then flew down to Las Vegas and for SEMA, and met Mark Houlihan from Mustang Monthly magazine at the time. He gave me a whole pile of magazines to take back to Australia, and we wandered around the booths and said hello to a few people that we know there, and handed out a few magazines, and they were very surprised that an Australian gets a cover on an American magazine, and it's gone international. Frances Andrich was over the moon as well. She couldn't believe it, that her photo of the car taken down in Fremantle went international, so that was really good for her as well and her business. It's a great thing to have a cover car in another country.
No, it really is. No, it's it means you've got to the top of the game with your car, which is really, really good.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle, and it turned out better than what we thought. And once I told Dad that it was going to happen, he was already over in the US, so he flew down to Vegas as well. And the editor was a great guy, Mark Houlihan, and met him, and it was great.
So I'm going to assume that, being the son of Mr. Mustang, that's what threw you in the direction of Mustangs, or what drew you to this car in the first place? What was the thing that made you want this K code? Well,
Dad's always had Mustangs, and I always remember growing up had his 1969 GT500 Shelby Cobra Jet, the big block in it, and had that in the garage for 10 years. So that's where it sort of come from as well, and as well as his tow truck and stuff like that, F250 V8 tow truck, and it's all chromed up and everything, and the 1948 Ford pickup truck as well. So I've always been around motor vehicles, and that's where it sort of came from. And his 1966 Night Mist Blue Coupe, which we'll see soon. And I've always had a big interest in Ford Mustangs, and from a young age, so it's been good. But I love the early models. First generation Mustang 64.5 through to 66. With these cars as well, they're quite collectible, and there is actually four editions of the K Code Mustang book, which gives you all the specifications and what the cars come with, and you can write in now and actually get your VIN number put into the book.
Okay.
So it's quite a big following.
All right, mate. So you've mentioned this is a performance engine.
That's correct. It's,
so what did they do out of the factory? Because I believe it was all done in the factory.
Yes. That's right. So it's a 289 high performance small block Windsor. So from the factory, they've beefed it up so that it could be raced, basically. It's the platform that Carroll Shelby purchased these from Ford Motor Company and built his legendary Shelby Mustang. So it comes with solid lifter, dual valve springs, high lift cam. Solid lifters are very special because they actually sing when you're really when you're driving along, as we've experienced. So a throaty exhaust, so the headers are a little bit longer. They're still cast iron. Internally, it was bigger main bearing caps to hold it all together. Externally balanced with a hatchet, and at the front on the crankshaft. Big harmonic balancer as well. Alternator was bigger on the pulley, Basically a stronger engine, dual twin point distributor, so no vacuum advance, 600 CFM Autolite Ford carburetor, open air cleaner with a filament, not the old school big blue air cleaner that the standard 289s came with. Came with a dress up kit, which is the chrome rock covers, the chrome air cleaner.
Yep.
And then it's basically about 10 to 1 compression, so it's good.
Yep.
To get up and goes, and it's got special numbers on the cylinder heads. They had to be 19, 20 or 21 to be K-code heads, so they've got screw-in studs as well, so that holds it all together. It makes it a lot stronger than the standard 289s. So
they really were doing some good performance stuff back in there in the factory.
They were, like it comes with a standard original 4-barrel manifold, and it's just the internals that make it a lot better, and the high lift cam as well, and the way it's geared, and and they can really rev. Hence they only gave them 90 days warranty or 4,000 miles, whatever came first. So.
And what gearbox?
It's got a close ratio top loader gearbox. That's obviously for racing and stuff like that. It's got a reverse lockout shifter in it. You've got to pull the lever up to select reverse, so you don't have a mistake of hitting reverse. And it comes with 9-inch diff from factory, 3:5 to 1 ratio, limited slip. It gets off the mark pretty quick. It's got the handling package, which is the heavy duty springs and upgraded front sway bar, and the disc brakes. It's got the Kelsey Hayes 4-spot caliper from factory disc brakes. No power booster, just the disc brakes and drum brakes on the rear.
So it really was just an off-the-shelf package, wasn't it?
It was. And then as a basic car, they didn't come with air conditioning unless you really wanted it, I suppose, And same with power steering, if you really wanted it, you could probably get it put on after. It was just a basic car and a performance car, so a performance Mustang. So that's what Ford wanted to build to compete in the races, and that's how it sort of came about. So, and then you could go and do order it as a GT or order as standard.
And you're saying the only difference really between the GT and the standard was the stripe and the fuel cap, is that about
stripe,
right?
fuel cap, and like the GTs came with either the A-code V8, the 4-barrel V8, or the K, which K is the prefix for the high performance model. So that's on the VIN as the K. Other Mustangs you'll see have either got like a T for a 6-cylinder, C for a 289 2-barrel, A for a 4-barrel V8, and then the K is the top of the line. So
at this point, was the 289s the biggest engine they had in these at that point in time?
That's correct, yeah. So this is the biggest engine they had, 4.7 litre engine, 289, and then this is the high performance model. So they beefed up everything to get more out of it, taking it to 271 brake horsepower.
Yep. And there's through your concourse pursuits, I can see all the original tags and bits and pieces that you've still got in the bay. So
that's correct. Yeah. So all that's been reproduced, so which is great for the concourse enthusiast. All the correct decals, and you can buy the correct ignition leads with numbers and stuff on them. The tags there are reproduced as well. Yeah. I've had the Paint OK stamps redone and things like that, so add more detail to it, to a concourse car. Yep. So
and you were mentioning even right down to the hoses.
Yeah, the radiator hoses have got stampings and stuff like that, part numbers on them, and which way it has to go to the radiator, and the pedestal proper clamps and stuff like that. So to get it correct, you've got to have the correct pieces and the right components to go with every part, and the white stripe on the heater hose, and the correct Autolite battery, right size battery cables, and things like that, and all the stampings.
All the little details.
The small details and the chalk marks and things like that as well. So so you need all that to do the concourse, and you research your car basically. So when I stripped it down, I was very careful to take photos and make sure things got put back in the correct place, and how things were. So it went well. There's a lot of research, and it takes a long time to build a concourse car.
All right, well, this is absolutely awesome underneath here, mate, but I reckon we should jump inside and have a look at the trim now.
Sounds great, yeah. Yeah, here we have it. Pretty basic interior.
Yeah, well, I guess, like you say, being a race kind of model.
Yeah, that's right. Like you could get an upgrade of the pony interior, which is the ponies on the seats and things like that. But for these fastbacks, coupes and convertibles that were K codes, only left them standard interiors.
Yeah.
This is all factory black, so it worked out perfect. Yeah, so it's basically 5-dial dash, and then it's got the rally pack and RPM, so you can see how fast you're going, and factory AM radio.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's just very
Very plain,
very original and simple.
It comes with a heater.
Yeah.
And then lights, ignition, wipers, cigarette lighter. Yeah, pretty basic.
Yeah, not much to it really, is there?
No,
but,
that's right.
we've got to think about it. It was the 60s too.
That's right. Yeah, 66 for this model. So they called it like a standard interior. So it was good. So black carpet, black rubber floor mats with the running pony on there. So it's quite unique.
Yeah, no, I noticed the floor mats, like mainly because they're immaculate, like everything else.
Yeah,
I'm feeling actually quite guilty putting my feet on them.
No, that's okay. They're made to be used, aren't they? Back in the day, you know. So
no, that's it.
And the shifter as well is quite unique. So it's got the reverse lockout shifter and the 4-speed and a nice gear knob that you can hang on to, and nice black hood lining and sun visors, and original radio, kept that, so that got that working again, so that was good. But everything was basically left original. The interior door trims are remade, and the seat material had to be the right seat material, and the foam, the right blend on the carpet. 80-20 blend on the carpet with the correct steering wheel, with the correct emblem and everything, and the centerpiece on the steering wheel as well. So.
And again, your factory tags telling you what everything does and how to operate everything.
That's right, factory tags on how to operate the heaters, and say that the vehicle's equipped with disc brakes, and that it's equipped with windscreen washers and 2-speed wiper as well. So, and then they give you the handbook as well, the performance handbook from factory. So it gives you the specifications in there, and the guidelines on the drivetrain, so that's all there as well. So it's even got starting instructions from back in the day. So they've even remade that, a cold engine, warm engine, and things like that. So I made sure I put all these little niche details in the restoration, just to keep it concourse correct. You know, had to get new glass as well. It's got all the factory markings on the glass. It's got Carlite written on the glass. We shipped them in, so it worked out good. It's good, and I've got a really good trimmer here, Myrie Trimmers, Eric. He did a great job on the seats, reupholstering them for me with the original trim kits, and he put the hood lining in, and helped him fit the carpet as well. So it worked out great. So, and then all the deck folds up as well. There's
you were saying there's 2 seats underneath. 2 seats
at the back there, and all the vents are functional as well. So it's quite a sporty car.
Definitely. All right, well, I reckon we should probably jump around and have a look around at the back.
Right, so...
Yeah, just very tidy again.
Yeah, thank you,
And it's actually not a bad size in there, is it, really, considering the whole fastback and everything?
That's right, yeah. Well, it's got a 16-gallon fuel tank and underneath there, and it's got the... fairly decent sized boot. The coupes have a bigger boot. It's got the correct plaid rubber boot mat. So I had to locate that. You got to have the correct parts. So they do make a felt one, but the rubber one is the factory one. So got the proper boot mat, and little details like this edging was put on the side here to stop any luggage getting damaged, and factory spare wheel there on the standard black rim. You'll notice it's got the styled steel wheels on it. That's how the vehicle came. So they never put a styled steel wheel in the boot. They just kept a standard black wheel. Once again, it's got the dual red line tyre on it. It's got the factory jack and handle. Up here we've got the factory instructions on how to store the spare wheel and the jack. And
they really gave you a lot of information through these little tags and stuff, didn't they?
It did, you know. It was pretty self-explanatory if once you've read it. And they're a basic car, but they got a lot in. They got a lot in it. you know, to get it right, and Ford did well.
Okay. So we've got the California number plates in here. So were they, obviously they must have been the original plates off the car or something like that?
That's right. They're the black plate license plates from California that I spoke about earlier. Yeah, it was still registered when I purchased it in '97.
And what was the behind the black plate? What did that mean?
I think it was like the first series.
Okay.
And especially with California, first series, and then they went to a blue series.
Okay.
So it just depends on when the vehicle got licensed as well. But yeah, it's good to buy a car with both plates on it. It makes it a little bit more authentic, a bit more special. Black plate Californian car.
Yeah, especially if that was the plate that it came out with in the day, like back in the 60s, if that's what was the period correct, then that's even better again, isn't it?
Yeah, so I restored one of the plates. Sign writer Fred Nyland, he did the sign writing on that for us. And then I've polished up and kept the other one with the proper license tag on it, CA 98, which means it's California 1998. That's when the rego would have expired in it. So the fittings, like the proper hose clamps, the proper hose for the fuel neck, the catch and the latch up here on top of the boot lid, all had to be the correct finish and fitted correctly with the correct hardware, the correct bolts. Same with the seal, for the boot seal had to be the proper material and fitted in the correct place as well, and the rubber bumpers.
And people can't say that it's not right because there's a couple of trophies in there that would suggest otherwise, that you actually got it all spot on.
That's right, yeah. These vehicles, they're very special, and
yeah, definitely.
I know what it's like to drive it. I know I've built it, and it's part of my life, you know.
Yeah,
it's great.
Oh, perfect, mate. Well, I guess there's only one thing left. Let's go cruising.
Let's go cruising. Why not, eh? Let's see what she can do.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go cruising.
Let's go cruising. Sounds good.
Yeah, those solid lifters, you really notice the sound, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly can, Dan.
Yeah. Like the rest of the engine sounds pretty quiet, but you can just hear those lifters.
The lifters, yep. That's one of the special features of the 289 high performance V8. Yeah, is the solid lifters.
Yeah, no, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the best thing about cars like this is the noise they make, hey?
Yeah, it's great.
You can hear the gearbox working, you can hear everything.
Everything's going, you know, and you really got to drive it.
Yeah.
It doesn't drive you, you drive it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how they built back then.
Yeah. Pulls nicely, doesn't it?
It does pull nicely. And it's got the reverse lockout too, so you can't hit reverse.
Yep.
You actually got to pull the lever up to get it to select reverse.
Yeah, nice. This is beautiful, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Absolutely.
It's a step back in time, isn't it?
I love it.
You don't need to change anything in these old cars sometimes.
No.
Just leave them factory and it just works well.
Yeah, it's really got that nice little bit of poke to it, hasn't it?
It's got a nice note, yeah.
Yeah. And you can feel it wants to go.
That's right, yeah. 3:5 ratio in the back end. It's got good off the mark.
Yeah.
Really good.
You know, I'm feeling very lucky to go for a cruise in something like this, eh?
Yeah.
Especially with this kind of pedigree. And
that's right. Yeah, I love driving it, but it's not all the time.
Yeah.
And hence the low miles on it.
Yeah.
Since restored. So.
Yeah, like it's really smooth. It's like even with the old cross-ply tyres, it feels pretty good.
That's
They're
right.
usually
Yeah.
a little wandery, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah. It works well. Takes you back to the 60s feel of it.
Oh, definitely.
How cars were back then. It's a car made to be driven.
Oh, definitely. And you know, I think that's what's really appealing to me about this car is that it's very drivable.
Very drivable, yeah.
You know, even though, like I said, it's a bit noisy with the lifters and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's just all part of it, isn't it?
That's it. It's a whole package.
Yeah.
It's just nice to drive and sounds great. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
And just takes you back in time.